maybe those aspects are going to be even more kind of exacerbated now we're on Mirage.
Maybe. We will see. We will have to find out. I will say as well, at least in terms of the individual plays, we had some brilliant moments for players. Over on the Falcons, it felt like Python started to heat up there. We had massive impact out from MBK and misutaaa, but it never felt consistent in terms of the firepower. Definitely did feel like the initiative was there with the Bad News Eagles, and Mirage tends to be one of those maps where you can flex that individual prowess. I mean, Senery was having a great game. CSNopsyy had some huge moments. GXX with the off was getting his more often than not. Really, all the pieces were hitting. And, well, okay, we're going to get a fast play here, it seems, from the Bad News Eagles. Everyone into the apartments. Why not? Let's just hit B. Roll the dice. Flip the coin. The Falcons should be able to respond really quickly based on their positioning, but being able to respond and being able to execute are different things. Let's find out which they can do here. misutaaa finds one. There's another. They need to overwhelm misutaaa. He's been the thorn in their side all these pistol rounds, and seems like that's going to be the case once again. As it's just down to Senery, and he is eliminated. misutaaa, I don't think he's gotten less than 3 kills in a pistol yet.
Didn't he get one? T-side.
I think he got 1 too. I think he's still got a multi-kill. Maybe just 2.
Well, whatever. It's still pretty good. I actually really liked the little kind of crossfire between misutaaa and Python there. Python tucks in. I'd call it the empty corner in front of bench. He just tucked in enough that he can't be spotted. Jiggling from empty was misutaaa on kind of peeking the van side. There's a really nice 1-2 punch where they're helping each other out, and clearly it looked pretty good. Full force here from Bad News Eagles as they're trying to take space. That's a nice frag. Hadji said, "I'm holding on to connector. I'm fighting for this control."
Well, that one's over and done with. Hadji puts the final nail in the coffin there. Nice start for Falcons. Comfortable. Don't get upset in the second round. Not a repeat of Vertigo here. Don't drop anything to the pistols. To be fair, no 5.7s were available for Bad News Eagles for obvious reasons there, so they can't be expected to convert.
No, that's the kicker. That's the kicker.
No, Kickert's on a different team.
Oh, sorry. Wrong region there. I forget myself. Maybe I'll see some outsiders in Rotterdam and correct myself.
Ooh. There's 1. 2. Not 3 though. And suddenly, a little bit of intrigue here. Not much, but a little bit. Juanflatrooo's got no health, but he does have a gun, and now he has neither. Well, I think this is mostly about damage, but CSNopsyy has found a bit of that. If they manage to sneak a bomb plant somehow, that'll be a bit of a magic trick. Uh-oh, they think it's clear. Just go to B. Just go to B. Oh, no. Just do it. Do it. Doesn't have the read. CSNopsyiy's killing enough. He's done so much damage. Now, does Senery really commit back into this? They're wary. They're like, okay, where is the bomb? Have we been bamboozled? They're rotating off. This could still be a bomb plant. Everybody's out of position. If Senery just jumps down, okay, now they've split the difference, and it won't happen. There were a lot of moments there where Bad News Eagles could have gotten a bomb plant out of it. 3 kills is not bad damage. That round getting a little hairy for the Falcons, considering they got all of the initial kills.
Yeah, and throw in the... They kept second round so clean. That's a big dent. They lose this one, Python-hAdji, nothing in the bank, MBK as well. 3 players are in double eco territory if they lose this without a save, so... Could bite them in the backside. Problem is actually for Bad News Eagles, real lack of utility. They've got to spend early smokes, 2 of those down for mid control, so... Already down to 2 smokes, that could be a little bit of an issue.
A bit of exchange in mid. Utility being used here from the Falcons. As we've seen before, though, Alan, Bad News Bears, or Eagles, again, it's just ingrained in my brain. I watched so many games. They inspired the name of this team. Ironic, considering how much more success their EU counterparts have had. But We do see them like to play once they've already dumped the utility and they're just ripping heads. Hard to rip heads when Python's killed you, though. So
I'm going to start an
all
all called Party Cosmonaut.
I would be deeply confused. That would be a sick team name, to be honest. Nice trades here. The site's been lost. An advantage available, but misutaaa on a flank. The bomb is planted. He can't deny that. But a backstab about to come through, and well, that kill's just been realized. GXX gonna have to do most of the defending here. The bomb is planted open for him. Do they have another smoke to cover off his vision? They do. This could be bad for GXX unless he just gets that kill right off the rip. All onto misutaaa, and misutaaa never gets a chance to shoot back. Well played from the Bad News Eagles, and they are on the board.
Good round, good round. Took a lot of space on A. Afterplan was a little dicey with all the flanks, but good positioning in the end. And now that economy problem is real. misutaaa and Maka have money. misutaaa's actually going to drop one M4, but it's going to consign him to no utility. Python, NBK on the Deegs. And a glass cannon from Maka. This is a jumble sale. This is good. NBK headshot, immediate 1 Deeg. Okay, they got my attention now.
I mean, we said it on Vertigo. He only got kills when they mattered, so he gets a kill. That means they're winning the round. I'm pretty sure that's how it works out in the NBK math. Based on what we saw on Vertigo.
They need to get out of this 4A. It's too much.
Odd that the Bad News Eagles come back to hunt it, though. This could actually play beautifully into their hands. They're going to flash into this at the least. Can't dry swing it. Player playing anti-flash with the rifle. Yeah, okay, sure. That's a choice. Trade will be there. But Scenario does not even remotely consider that someone else might be home. And that is a kill coming on through. All right. Punishment coming on in. CSNopsyy trying to drag this one back into the realm of possibility, but it's not looking likely. And now GXX will be the next victim. Nice hold there from Falcons, but what was that clear back into ramp? That seems a tad ill-advised here, Alan.
Yeah, I guess they put down the nades on mid, expected the rotation, but Falcons, if anything, were leaning overly so on towards A, so they just committed to it, and wow, that was a chance for Bad News Eagles. They had the economy on the ropes. Could have really streaked ahead, but it's flipped completely on the script. And now they're on the pistols. And Falcons, after a troublesome first map, after barely ever being in any economic control, it's looking pretty good here so far.
Ooh. Nice couple of kills coming concert. It's definitely looking good in this round. No risk from the pistols. We have seen them get a little hairy at times for the Falcons, so finding 2 kills early on is really nice. Now they just have to avoid doing that thing where they give up a few too many kills once the round's already been decided. But that is a big but, to be fair. If they don't do that, this should be glorious. And now they're so well set up for this underpass play. Don't see a world where they get past NBK here. Okay, never mind. The world has become reality. Scenario gets that shot. Still should be the backstab from Khan. Don't die here. All you have to do is not die here. They don't seem to realize where GXX is, though. Khan's maybe not on point. I don't think he was spotted, so a kill potentially available here. The catwalk player should have him. But they haven't seen him just yet. They're repositioning, and so a tight shot will leave Hadji alive. My goodness. Again, a situation where the Falcons had full control and doubted themselves just a touch too much. Nearly gave back kills, but this time they're not punished for it.
Still, though, fairly clean. Really all that matters. And Bad News Eagles back on the bye. Their map pick, of course. Already up 1 to the good in this series. And I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued about how they're going to approach this T-side because it's suddenly become a lot more difficult. Look great for them. Running some good rounds and apartments aggression in the palace. Early trade found. Hadji has the control. I think Falcons will like this.
breath of air in the round. A moment passes here. Oh, and a spot there for Maka. Information, but at what cost? So much health lost. He's alive. For how long? Not long. Rygon cracks his first kill on towards the board, and suddenly things look very good for the Bad News Eagles in this one. Hadji actually doesn't get that kill. It's a misutaaa instead, so they did pinch into the one, but they know where the two remaining players are. There's plenty of time. Bad News Eagles could just leave. Instead, they face into the blender, and suddenly all the kills go back the other way. So, a clutch required. A tag, but no frag. That has to be so frustrating. He was already low. And the peek's just going to come through, and there's the cleanup. Dynamic duo of misutaaa and Hadji in a hopeless situation somehow make that round work. Alan, they knew where both players were. They could have left.
They certainly knew where Hadji was earlier in the round, which is why I'm perplexed, because surely you have to guess he's still in Palace at that sort of timing. I don't know. They'll watch that round back and really question themselves of why was there no attempt made at B? Why did we just scale up A? Why was a player on top of stairs exposed to Palace? Only explanation, Mike, is communication breakdown, and well, this map is slipping away from them very quickly at the moment.
Control towards ticket, bomb going down. A knife in the smoke. What is happening here? Madness. The knife comes out. The kill goes in. Now Python's got the flank. A player into sandwich. About to be collected. And there it is indeed. Though this clock is ticking away. They need to get some sort of kills to make this post plant a possibility. It just nothing is working out here. It'll have to be scenario with this one found rifle. Synopsyy goes hunting, but that's not going to be on the cards. For one trade, a chance with the M4. Tech 9 might need to see this through, and that won't happen. A defuse on, just enough time to get this done. The Falcons, once again, against the Pistols, let these rounds get way too close. But at this point, it doesn't matter. They're just stacking on the numbers one after another.
That stairs engagement was interesting. I'm not sure I've ever seen anything quite like that, but knife kill will take it. Plenty of money in the bank as well, so no complaints at all. Pauses set to come out. Can only imagine tack pause are likely from Bad News Eagles, as they've struggled a lot on these gun rounds. Started off this game well. They had a couple more where they probably should have converted it, so just need to calm down, I think. Mid defaults, I think they're fine, Mike. I think they're getting the control. It's that next step where there's been problems.
Opening exchange there, 1 for 1. Not bad for the Bad News Eagles. They'll probably take that arithmetic. But it's a question of following it up. We haven't seen too many plays here in towards B. And admittedly, this time we may not either. Utility early has pushed them back, and Maka wants to zone out this apartment. Flashbangs have done a good job of keeping him off the angle for now, but he's looking for this next shot. Oh, whence is going to come the swing? Synopsyy's been allowed connector for free. No one's watching this. There's no presence in towards mid. Synopsyyy is in jungle. What on earth is happening here? It's so early in the round, Alan. A minute 8. But with this vent broken, now Synopsyy's going to see if he can't control a rotation. If they just leave, well, there's Hadji and Spawn. This is an absolute cuckoo round in terms of positioning. I don't even know anymore. But Hadji loss now means they got great positioning in towards A. They're going to rock on through. Python's the only player who's even close. They know no one's in window. They don't have to worry about that. They can play it safe for catwalk. They've got vision on this the entire time. This is such a bizarre round. Unless Python finds a kill here, I could see a world where this just becomes a save for the Falcons. And they can too. They're going to the apartments. They don't want this. Now Python does have a kill. And so they have to decide if they're going to rotate. What? Okay, they're not. Falcons are playing it so slow. Python's done enough work. This should be a retake. What is happening? But they're still not here. Python's just going to do it himself. Fine. I'll do it all. Synopsyy has to get this kill. If he does, it's over. And he does. They don't have time. They don't have time. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They do not win this round purely because Falcons refuse to actually rotate into the retake. What an absolutely insane turn of events. First, all right, I'm going to have to walk back through this because I can't believe what we just saw. Okay, Synopsyy walks up connector, isn't checked. Walks into jungle, isn't checked, is all the way in window, having seen nobody. In the meantime, Hadji has walked into T-spawn. Hadji gets caught. Dead. So now you've got a 4-on-3, a free walk into sight. The bomb goes down. Python's been back in CT spawn this whole time. Python somehow kills 3, leaving it to a 1v3 clutch. What on earth did we just see, Alan?
Can't add anything to that, Mike. There is a place reserved in hell for whoever dreams up those rounds of Counter-Strike. And look at this one from Falcons. Early advantage starting to slip away. Ooh. Oh, no. We've seen it too many times in this game. I mean, maybe not so much on Mirage, but on Vertigo this is happening a lot where getting a little bit sloppy, I think, from both sides. And look at this. Look at the mini-map. So spread out.
I don't want to see any memes about any CS anymore. Because this is the most madcap CS I think I've ever seen. And I've cast all the regions at this point. SA, Asia, NA. Somehow this is blowing my mind more than any of that, Alan. Misutaaa. Oh, Misutaaa, trust your read. Trust your read. Now he's down. Hadji's so out of position, Alan. So out of position.
It's the risk you take when you're playing one apiece on the sites. And look at Hadji. I mean, is he already consigned himself to playing for
Based on last round?
Best?
I'm surprised he's even this close to the site. He's just gonna get the op and live.
What a bizarre,
genuinely.
What a bizarre game.
What a bizarre game indeed. Are Falcons just like not with defusing bombs? Are they against it? Is it a philosophical concern?
Too much of a risk, maybe. Haven't got their juggernaut suits. Bit of a pause. As I'm guessing Falcons are discussing, do we buy up here? Loss bonus cannot be good. Hadji could drop a FAMAS. I mean, this is not a clean buy, but they have pulled it off already on this map on a very similar purchase, so could be an argument on that front.
No way.
They're looking around.
Here's the question is, if they're just going for the save, does he keep the op or does he give it to Maka? He's going to give it to Maka. Good lad. That's selflessness there. Just have to play with a USP as a result.
Give him a pistol, man. Come on.
Let him buy a P250. Ah, Deagle. All right, okay. He's living a life of luxury here.
Oops, on the right side.
Is it gonna hit? Nope, not for the first one. Not for the second. Uh-oh, third. Oh, and another chance. Another chance. Okay. Now they know they're coming into the reinforced site, but they've already dropped the bomb out the window, so they are committed. They passed the op, but Python hasn't been revealed just yet, and they don't check him. They don't check him at all. Python strikes. Quite the kill through there, and now they know they've got pressure on. What a shot from Maka, and it all comes down to Synopsyy. This is the round where things get out of whack, and it turns out the Deeg wasn't even needed. My goodness, the bad news, Eagles, their tendency sometimes to jump before they look comes back to bite them in a big way.
What smoke did they throw? I mean, it's just par for the course that you smoke the window. on a B pop, the market window. I don't know why they haven't done that. They also know that Mac is saved. So why not use some more use? It doesn't make sense, Mike. I guess that's status quo for this map so far.
Center with an opener there, the one rifle. Now they're going to trade around. Just down to the deagle, but we know that these are the kind of rounds that can, for some bizarre reason, get out of hand. Offers so many opportunities, but deleted! No. Oh! What? The lineup, MisutaA gets both. The bomb's been dropped very conveniently for OneFlatroo to be able to recover. But a deagle 1v2 would be far from the most insane thing we've seen so far in this series. Wrong choice on the plant spot. Bomb money comes in at the very least, but instantly deleted. Okay. At least some sanity will prevail in this round, but the Falcons are allergic to clean conversions in these situations. That nearly got so very hairy, Alan.
Yeah, it was only a half buy as well, Hero AK. 3 kills. A 3 on 2 at one moment.
Double up. Alright.
Alright. Bit of an adjustment. Bomb plant will ensure a very nice buy for Bad News Eagles, but as much as this game has been carnage, it's been close, every single round honestly feels like a 50-50 with 10 seconds left.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually detract from the fact that Falcons are 9-3 up on their opponent's map pick, and Bad News Eagles have struggled a great deal in the last few gun rounds.
It does feel at times like Bad News Eagles are just calling a strat out of spawn and then just hitting. This time again, they're going to lose an exchange here by the ramp early on. Would love an extra HE. There is one on OneFlatroo, but he's not present. And Rygon taking a dink through the smoke. This could be in a really tough spot. That's a huge kill for MBK. There's that impact frag coming back to bear. This should being the operative word, be a prime situation now for Falcons. But CSNopsyy through the connector. This could get interesting.
Look at Maka, though.
Oh, you're right. You're right. That should end this. That should end everything. So knowing how this has gone so far, they're going to kill everybody on site before he actually gets activated. Here's the play. CSNopsyy deleted. So important there from MBK. But that keeps the players stalled out, and they may not even need the ramp play. MBK just does it all himself. A nice 4K in a round. Welcome to the server, MBK.
Looking good. Impact fragger back on the board. And good hold from him. I mean, Bad News Eagles. I think you're right. They are calling a lot of, we'd say, 4-1s. Which is when you load up one area on the map with 4. You have a lurk on the other side. You apply a bit of pressure. And then you try and pop in and get aggressive. That's been the story of a lot of these gun rounds. And they've just struggled to get out in good numbers. And it surprises me because their mid defaults, I think, are fine. Look at this one, though. Pace is up. Trying to take the space. NBK. Top of connect. But Mac is nearby. And now that there's AWPs in play, thank God there's a smoke to isolate him back. Because that could have been... It still is bad.
They need to pop off play to the Bad News Eagles. They need something to give them a little bit of momentum headed into the half, even if it only is one of the next 2 rounds. I just want to see something like what we saw on Vertigo. Well, that's a start. Okay. All right. That is a starter here. He's going to find the bomb if he gets his kill. He does. That's the bomb. None of the rest matters, and, well, the rest is pretty good. Rygon, alone, 1 HP. Is he going to stub his toe? Is that what's going to do him in? This would be beyond the pale. Might find the kill on Tamaka. Is going to find the kill on Tamaka. But anything more, this would be absolutely absurd. And they're expecting him at this point. They know he's coming.
Plays for a name. Oh,
and he's done.
That would have been awesome. But another round with no bomb plant. This is This has gone off the rails. Completely off the rails with Bad News Eagles. They can't gain any space in a good position. That round, fast mid-take and one spam for a smoke and the round stalled out. It looks very disjointed, and in these moments where they have to change their mind and hit another site, it's just been a mess. So, how do you group from here? Looks like they're going back to the tried and true, Mike. All A and explode out.
Oh, trade 1 for 1, so at least they get this foothold. There was light presence on the site for the Falcons. Kind of swept away here. But the reinforcements have been here in time, and the smokes aren't brilliant. The kills are better, though. Okay, all right. misutaaa out by ticket. They need to deal with him, but they've done exactly that. It's all in a Python, and wow, desperation. He's gone to the rifle, but Rygon has no interest in this one. So at least a 4th round recovery to take us through to the half. And we're back into it. 4-11 here, a massive deficit for the Bad News Eagles, but they did find one final round here, Alex. One final round to maybe make this a little bit more possible. I'll start
looking good, and like when Falcons are playing this well, how can anybody walk away from them?
How could they indeed? Well, we'll see if they do. They'll walk away from the site at the very least. For the moment, could just be a pause. Maybe they're just on a bit of a break. As it seems like they're looking to recommit in here.
It felt like they're going to let the lurkers work, but they actually haven't. No move yet from Hadji.
There we go.
But somehow MBK snipes one all the way from Palace.
He's got the P250, so they're expecting him to be a little bit of the punch into this round. He's already delivered on that promise. Do they expect SynnopsyU, though, in the ninja spot? Scenario is just supposed to sell this position a little bit. They're trying to lure him through. Amaka looks like he wants to check it, and he does indeed. He's wary, and they deal with the issue. They've got a player in market, but Rygon's also killed one towards that side of the map, so they might not expect Hadji. What is? Oh, now they do. Now they know. The kills have come back the other way. It's down to a 2v2. This is utter madness. And they know the player's not close at hand, so Rygon's just going to chase and kill. And he's going to stick. He knows they're out of position. Oh, if he had the kit, he would have just stuck and won this round. But instead, Hadji knows he's watching the kit, and so he can survive. What the heck was this? I think he could have stuck the full 10 second and gotten it, Alan.
That was simultaneously the worst and the best pistol round I've ever seen. That was... At one point, their Falcons had 2 players on B. The bomb thought about running back, then goes back to A. There was a player flanking underpass from Bad News Eagles. If they had gone B, it would have been round over almost certainly. So, what is going on in this game, honestly? I mean, it's like musical chairs, these bomb sites. Neither team wants to actually hold them for any length of time.
Confused. But this round won't be confusing. This round will run true to form, and this round will be MBK tacking on some ecos. Delicious ecos. MBK chewing on those and swapping the pistol, gives away GXX. He's dead. All right. So despite the utter madness that has been this game so far, frankly, Falcons are in a position where if they win one good gun round, we could just be done, Alan. We could just be through to the third.
Looking that way at the moment. As... yeah, they have to start strong. Bad News Eagles. A couple Galils in the mix, but shouldn't be a huge issue for Falcons. And an early knife onto Regon. Not going to be happy about that. Never want to start around in that sort of shape.
SynnopsyU, an opener. So good shape to start in mid, at the very least. But the utility is putrid. Let's be real about this. If this just turns into a B hit, it's going to have to be the guns. Because they got no mollies, got no smokes to slow this down. The only smokes on Juanflatroo. He's in window. So what do you do here? You try and rotate the bodies quickly. It's how they play it on Vertigo. It's a little tricky to work sometimes on Mirage. And with Falcons redoubling their efforts towards mid... it's going to have to be the Juanflatroo, now down his only smoke to defend.
Oh, this boost.
Really? They knew he was there. He had just spammed it. That is quite the risk taken. And it is going to draw the Falcons back in towards the site. And
outside of knowing MBK's there, they haven't got any info. Thank God GXX is on site, because look how passive Scenario and Flatroo are. Thank God we've got this crossfire established. They need to actually make their way out of apartments, and they're out of flashes, Mike. It's going to be difficult from here to get down in good numbers. Yet to swing from the end of the balcony as NBK sends it through the window. Regon, though, ready and waiting, and it was a little bit deflating, that execute in the end, and good news was the Bad News Eagles actually had 2 on site.
I think the good news for the Bad News Eagles is that Falcons didn't just hit it quick after getting that first pick, right? I mean, they rotated in. If they just ran in, there's no util to slow it down. There's no smokes. There's no mollies. A retake would have been an absolute nightmare there for the Bad News Eagles, but instead Falcons stall out in apartments, allow the rotation to come through. Then there's bodies on site. By the time they're actually trying to jump down, they get caught by the catwalk player. That's that is a bit of good fortune for the Bad News Eagles. Now they've got all the utility.
It wasn't just that. Actually, they started off with 4 apartments, and they saw that the catwalk player was off cat, but they didn't commit behind it when they knew it was solo B. So maybe a bit of hesitation. There's no hesitation in this round. Just swinging out. So many duels taken. Bomb is still left all the way over towards ramp. This has been a troublesome few gun rounds in a row now for Falcons.
Still a lot of chances to bring this back in as Dragon takes that fight wide. Problem is, well, CSGO's on the flank, and CSGO is about to meet misutaaa at the bomb. misutaaa is dead. All right, round claimed. Enough capital, I think, to mean that even those casualties don't really much matter. They won't be able to build up much of a bank, but frankly, Bad News Eagles kind of just need to keep winning. So a bank may not be the biggest concern just yet, because they cannot afford to drop rounds in general.
On the flip side as well, Falcons, their cash is broken, so now is the real opportunity to, indeed, as you said, increase the numbers in the bank account. As Falcons, I think, give this, a classic existence timeout. Talk through this eco. Let them just waste nades, and let's have a real discussion about approaching these gun rounds, because I think they were gifted that entry on the back of MBK in the previous. Seen a few of those throughout this game, and yeah, just get on the same page of how this next gun round is going to be approached.
There's the lineup. Juanflatroo, the 2-piece here. A little shish kebab. A nice skewer made of his opponent. Oh, nicely played. 4K in the round. There we go. There's those ecos. It's been a while since I've done, like, skewers on the grill. It's always a good move, Alan.
Well, we've actually, so I was in Cyprus for a week, and that's how they do all barbecues, is with skewers. There's no, what's in the word, like a grill tray, is that the word? As in the grating.
You put the skewers over the flame?
It's always on normally a big one as well, yeah.
I mean, that sounds delicious.
Yeah. I'll take you sometime.
I'm here for it. Maybe that's where we're going to go for the next event break. Oh, Maka's in. Taking 2 big kills, and all right, this was just going to be Falcons all the way. My goodness. Bad News Eagles' tendencies to take isolated fights comes back to bite them, as they are just completely demolished into that one. Falcons wasted no time with it.
That was an 18-second round.
Yes. That's why we were talking about barbecue by the time everyone was dead.
Wow, I mean, I think we know who was skewered in that round. Crikey.
Hey! Shish kebab.
Made a change. Regon double AWP, taking that catwalk spawn to get out early. Other AWP is on GXX, that's towards stairs. These players tried to default out. Regon on the angle, can't find the kill. But maybe, first time showing the double AWP, they won't expect the second. Over towards A.
Opening pick here from Maka. Amping up the pressure, sectioning off these sites as well. It does mean that Scenario is going to be in a tough spot. They look to get aggressive out by ramp as a response to this, but if Hadji checks it... Oh, no! It comes back the other way! The shoe is on the other foot. Presence coming up the connector. And the trouble's not over for Scenario just yet. He has adjusted to address. He spots the player slipping into jungle, but likewise we're seen in turn. Still gets this kill. Nicely played on the individual. But the bomb is coming over, and he does need support. GXX is trying to get back into the angle. misutaaa just really needs to not die before his teammate gets into the position. 35 seconds. Swings are risky. They're frisky, and he will die before Maka gets into position. So now there's really nothing for Maka to play off of. She's going to require a 1v3, and that's not going to happen there, Alan. Felt like they actually had decent position. If misutaaa holds on to the stairs spot, and they could play off of it with the palace play, but they just didn't trust the timing, I guess?
Yeah, maybe. I think the round was truly decided before that, where Falcons have an entry. They have so much map control. And they're sort of trickling in one by one. I don't feel like there was a cohesive plan. They should have, used the keywords, hit the brakes, freezed, stay out of harm's way, and then move into call. So a little bit of, maybe discipline's the wrong word, but that's in the right vein. They needed to tighten up a little bit more.
This round is huge for either side. There's not really a lot of cash that's going to be taken through, so here we get one of those big swing moments. Bad news, Eagles win. We might be going the distance. We might be going the full 30. Falcons win. And, well, it's time to have thoughts of dust too. Dragon. Looking like you might get that first phase. It's in Python on the other side. And they are grouping up for this B hit.
It's been such a slow T side. It's a bit of defaulting, slowly group, and then go for the hit.
Here it comes. They have no utility. A single flash and a single smoke for this. But they're going to be past the first op shot. The second one lands, and there's support from Catwalk as well. misutaaa, a big kill though. Ooh, we'll get no more. Well collected by the AWP. They're wary of a Catwalk play, but quickly, CSGO will establish that that's not going to happen.
Whoa!
And so Rygun could turn around and just kill everybody. 4 huge picks found. The bad news, Eagles triumph in the swing.
Yeah, I was nervous there. They would double off on Catwalk. If Falcons get onto the bomb site and start swarming, it becomes so hard to take those fights, but Regon legged the first player, or at least connected through the wall, but his second, third shots were on point. Collateral to finish it. Other player from Catwalk as well. In, I think it was CSNopsyy was doing his fair share. And as you mentioned, Mike, key round, that's for sure. And this is absolutely game on. Money in the bin. Eco now for Falcons. And bad news, Eagles. Maybe that comeback is really on.
CSNopsyy trying to keep this one clean. It was the Falcons who struggled with pistols on their vertigo. So maybe it's time for them to get a little payback. A little revenge. Not looking likely. No, not going to happen at all.
What sense is Scenario on?
Yes.
Or is he smacked the DPI button by accident or something?
Hold on, looking it up. Should be able to get his settings right.
He might be using a DPI switch on his mouse.
That's gotta be, because apparently he's got DPI of 400, sensitivity 2.3, so it should not be that.
That's absolutely average.
Yeah, should not be looking like that.
Looking a little funky. Looking a little funky.
Rygon got the first, got away. This double up has been huge. It's been a major difference maker for the bad news Eagles.
It's all Regon as well. It's such a revelation on this AWP. It's totally changed the dynamic of the map, and suddenly Falcons can't default without losing numbers because Regon's just going to absolutely destroy you from Catwalk.
Python started to catch some HEs. We got a pretty good idea of where these Falcons players are, but MBK is going to try and make some noise. He's gotten in the ladder. And he's dead. Never mind. Didn't want the ladder. Wanted the cat. And now, well, this Falcon might be having his wings clipped. Clean round as well for the Eagles. So now what we were concerned about, which was the CT economy cracking them, not being able to even play for overtime, well, that's not going to happen. It is guaranteed not going to happen at this point. They can have multiple rounds with only one player surviving, and they'll still have cash to buy. So they're going to keep this rolling. For the Falcons, they got to do it the hard way. They've got to put this game away against full buys, against double ops, against all the utility in the world. The Bad News Eagles got a really good chance to close this gap.
Force comes in. Timely one as well for Falcons, as they simply have to have a discussion right now about how do we deal with Regon, how do we get past these double AWPs, how do we force an afterplant where these AWPs suddenly become a hindrance rather than the absolute monsters they've been in the last few rounds. So this is going to be a half buy. We're really looking towards the next gun, but needless to say, Mike, the way they're defaulting, the way they're looking for control, the way they're executing late without a lot of utility, it's all playing into the hands of these AWPs, and that simply cannot be allowed to happen anymore.
Hadji, goodbye. This nade about to be chunky. Never mind, the bullets will do the work first, and Sinari is just going to feast. Maybe a little bit of an overextension, but you know what? He was feeling it. Sometimes when you're feeling it, you just got to swing. Maybe not that second one, though. Okay, come on, settle in, fellas. You don't have to prove my point about you being able to keep buying, even if you survive with only one alive. And the Bad News Eagles, they'll keep that from getting off the rails.
Okay. This feels like a real crunch time round, doesn't it? Because suddenly this becomes an even scoreline if Falcons can't get a bomb plant at least and make this close. And I brought it up already, but I'm really going to start focusing on Falcons' calls because they have to change it up.
Or just kill people in towards mid immediately. They did change up the positioning of the AWP in this round. Again, going more in towards B instead of mid, and it did not work out. Caught on the reload is Sinari. Juanflatroo trying to bring this back, but oh, he wants to swing. We know he likes to swing. Likes a bit of the swing. Did CSNopsyy just catch a player? No. Gonna go for a poke back in. This is madness now.
The nade.
Goodbye, Hadji. Even numbers. And the chase. CSNopsyy has seen MBK, I believe. Oh, if he just waits here, they're going to rotate back through. misutaaa has no idea. misutaaa is about to be the most frustrated player in this entire game. What do you mean you're in apps? There's someone who just shot me top mid. Oh, that's got a sting for misutaaa. And MBK is left wondering what the hell just happened. Meanwhile, Maka is stuck between a rock and a hard place, and he's still got the bomb. He has to watch both ways because he knows this is a team that's prone to pushing both ways. How do you even recover this positionally, Alan? How do you even get back onto a bomb site if you're Maka?
I don't think this is actually as good as it looks for Bad News Eagles. There, until that moment, they had no information.
Are you chasing that through the murder hole? That's such an insane risk. He had spotted him and he just keeps going.
They don't know where Regon is. He's got that advantage. 17 seconds.
And it's gonna work! The nade! Oh! He's got killed 14 seconds. MBK saves it. Alan, what on earth have we just witnessed?
You know, we actually had, let's say, a 10-round streak of normality in this game. They took a break. They calmed down. They reset. Some nice rounds of Bad News Eagles, but it's back. We're back. The chaos, the carnage, the madness, the clown show. That's what we're here for, and I wouldn't want it any other way. This is the most entertaining game of Mirage I've seen for a very long time.
It's wild. I genuinely, the strongest asset and the greatest weakness for the Bad News Eagles is that I think every player is always convinced they can win the fight they're in. So they just take them. Even when it's like the fight through the murder hole. If I'm not mistaken about that sequence of events, he spots the player through the shutter. There's an exchange of bullets. He knows he's been seen, and he just goes through, knowing that the bomb is back in ramp.
I wouldn't think about it too much. You're just going to hurt your head.
I've already done so. Anyway, presence in towards mid. Falcons could make us forget about everything here by just putting this next round away. But misutaaa will not be able to help him out with it, as he has been misu-dunked, misu-dud.
Keep working on
Either way, Scenario's gone too.
Having to scramble a little bit here with the rotates. GXX is just about picked up A, but this is so passive. Regon sat back in B market. A couple players fighting a little bit for mid. As information and shots exchanged. Bombs in Palace. One player's coming up through underpass. That's HADji. GXX, where's he going, Mike?
Another got Juanflatroo, but he escapes. Now HADji's position is known. Oh, this next kill is everything. It works out for HADji. GXX is gone. And now they don't have positioning over towards A. So much control for HADji. Juanflatroo is hoping that HADji just goes for that little extra swing, that little extra chase in towards space. He knows the players on the other side. But HADji won't give him what he's looking for. The discipline's too good there. He actually did, a little bit late. Juanflatroo still gets that, but it's all on Juanflatroo. The bomb's gone down. His position is known. What's the first? There's the swing. Maka just trying to put this away. Gives an opportunity. And indeed, it's now into the 1v1. Python, position known. Out to the right. The flashbang's not good. Juanflatroo has that. Oh, no. The spacing on the peek back in the fight. The peek from Maka has it all undone. And the game is back on here, Alan.
I have no words. I mean... What are these rounds? Why did GXX just leave A when they had no information? Why is mid the prized possession when can't plant the bomb there? Wow, I mean, Juanflatroo, he's not had the best map so far, but he just did he get reset at halftime? That's what it looks like. But
he just
I mean, what a
fine.
round! What a round for him to show up. And what do you do now? Do you buy up here if you're Falcons?
I mean,
Misutaa's off a rifle.
They can half here, and they'll be in the next. They're actually going in a little heavier than I expected. Python going to the AK, so I guess the double. They seem to be of two minds, right? Two players have gone all the way in. Three have saved just a little bitty bit. So it's a pretty good buy, and they're gonna go for a faster play. It looks like all the presence is in towards apartments right now. This is just gonna be a straight up rush. Molotov down. They've got to smoke for the molly, presumably, or they're just gonna burn a lot, and they're out. Oh my goodness, that's fast. Synopsy's got one. Looking for more. There's a player back by the pillar. They're so focused on catwalk, but a delete shot on the Rygon. A 4-on-4 retake. This bomb needs to go down, but the numbers are starting to get better bit by bit by bit. Oh, and now it's ticking away. They won't have a lot for the post plant here, but a couple salvage guns could make this a bit easier. Who's going to get out? Who's going to get out of the market? Scenario gets the kill, and it's starting to fall apart. It's all on a Python. 1v2 for control of this game. They got to swing together. They got to peek together. And there's the shot, but not the last. It's still going the distance. We're taking it all the way.
The game that refuses to die. The game that refuses just to end. Another afterplant, which is just an absolute roller coaster where you think it's good for Bad News Eagles and it looks absolutely flawless for Falcons, and then somehow Bad News Eagles bring it back. How on earth are we at round 30 here in a game where it felt like Falcons should have won this 20 minutes ago, but here we go. The full 30 required. Bombs towards A. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, they have no idea.
They have no idea. All the way up.
Okay.
They have an idea. They have an idea, Alan. They have some ideas. They have a lot of ideas, apparently. And now the utility's just sailing in. Bodies are dropping. The bombs down. It's committed. Oh, no. GXX will take full advantage. It's left to Python. Apparently, they had every idea, Alan. And now Python will need a few of his own if he's even going to make this something, anything. A 1v5 with not a bullet of damage on his opponents. 50 seconds to work with. That's about 10 seconds to find each kill. Assuming he doesn't plant the bomb. And he's not even going to get started because he's now been checked back in spawn. Synopsyy just wants to put this one away, and we're going into overtime. We're back into things, and somehow, some way, the Falcons have let this one slip. It's 15-all here in overtime. As they'll need to reset and reconsider how they might get a few more rounds. This was quite the comeback by the Bad News Eagles here, Alan. 11-4 at the half, 15-10 at one point in time. But now, it's anyone's game.
Double more back in play as Bad News Eagles delayed a mid-fight. Look at JuanFlatroo. Down in the open, though. And his easy pickings. GXX caught on the wrong side of window. Smoke fortunately buys him a bit of space as CSNopsyy's nearby to keep things stable. Bomb is a long way back. And Bad News Eagles loading up B with 3 players. Seems like a little bit of an overreaction.
It is an interesting read. I'm going to start to float off. GXX repositioning here, especially since they had the vision of CSNopsyyy and know that no one's up catwalk. It is kind of the right read, though. These players are grouping. And it does, in fact, look like it's going to be a B take, so they're really well set up for it. We've seen this this setup very effective for them in the past. The op takes the initial peek, and then the player under catwalk, under window, finds the damage. Although, as I say that, CSNopsyyy wants to get in towards Van, wants to get frisky with it, and this is a bit of a different position. Flashbang dodged, he's eliminated. misutaaa realizing where a player had to be there. And suddenly that rifle cannot help out, so Rygon's stuck out on towards the site. The bomb is going down. Rygon's game of guess who. Not exactly paying dividends. Oh, but the quickscope will fight in combat hopping. misutaaa wants to keep this round in hand. Wants to keep it in their favor, and he's doing exactly that. He's dinked down, but GXX with just the op. This is such a tough retake now. And provided they don't sit and give him a fight, he should be done. Coming in with a USP, just the USP. Down to the AWP, doesn't expect him out towards Van, and Mako will salt the way and seal the first win of overtime.
One flashbang dealt with that AWP angle from Regon. If that flashbang's in there, no chance Falcons are winning that round. First would have died on the cross, so slim, small piece of utility. No smokes to isolate off the window either, so that's all they could have done, and what a difference one piece of nadage can make. Falcons finally stemming the CT round tide. Fortunately for them, it came in overtime. And now it's a game of getting beyond this. Getting beyond 2, maybe even 3 rounds to set themselves up going to the second.
Ooh. Market. Getting nutmeg there, perhaps. Bomb shot going through on either side. Gonna stick around. Confidence trying for another swing, but that's going to be Python getting a kill elsewhere. Alright, an exchange off of the HE. What is happening here? Everyone has just decided that this Van fight is going to decide the entire round, apparently. JuanFlatroo is still standing off with MBK. The bomb hasn't committed. MBK's now lost mid. This round has had more twists and turns in it than I can remember. And this has been a pretty twisty and turny game. They're stalling out in apps. They do need to get the bomb down at some point. Apparently, that's going to be HADji's responsibility. And to be fair, GXX is just stuck back in towards the windows. It's actually a very good hold for Maka to be zeroed in on. They're wary. Bomb will go down. A player tucked in a ninja. Boosted up here in the corner. And everyone from Bad News Eagles retaking from the same angle. Fortunately, the op's no longer zeroed in. So they're going to be able to get past it. But who's actually going to have the first spot? Utility going to start to come out. Smoke to provide some cover. Maka's in. Hits first blow. Time is getting short here. Opportunities very limited. Flashbang hits nothing, but the kills do. HADji is just going to play off the bomb. Just going to play off the bomb, and he should erase any chance they had at getting this one through. There's no time. It's not happening. And a 17th round hits the board for the Falcons.
Looking good, looking very good. And because Bad News Eagles double up that first gun round, it's not just GXX looking worse for wear. Regon's out of cash as well. Wow, this is a stark difference with regulation, and I don't know what was happening there in apartments. Bad News Eagles are starting to make some bizarre choices. Why fight for that control when you know there are players there? Do the opposite. Go to the undefended position. path of least resistance seems to not translate very well into their region, Mike.
Oh,
We haven't seen any of that today.
Scenario. He's got the timing. Is there a nade for this? If there's an... Oh, there's a bullet. That's even better. They realize the player's out towards Tetris. They certainly will now. Hadji stuck out here trying to dump his nades to make them effective, but he's found two. They lined up. One was through the smoke. He didn't even know he'd had it. It doesn't seem to matter. It's all in a Maka. Maka! The Deagle out for the second. The bomb now down. CSNopsyy just with a hand cannon on his own side. He's crept down. He's around the angle. He's got the shot. He's got the damage. He's looking for the kill. It's gone to the rifle on either side, but CSNopsyy will keep this going. Will keep his team in it. Deny the clutch out.
What's going on? What is going on?
I am losing my mind, Alan. I thought I'd seen it all this last weekend in terms of maddening plays. But no. Apparently, it's getting even wilder and weirder.
I've never seen anything like this. Every single round is just... Every single round has to have at least 10 seconds of utter madness. That round, it was the afterglow, of course. The one before, players fighting in apartments like whoever holds that is going to win 10 rounds off the back of it. And plenty other scenarios likewise in this game. Oh my god. This is honestly, like, this is what scrims look like when they're just degrading into absolute pointless play. That's what this looks like. It's just... It's just crazy.
It is. It feels like madness. We've reached the point of overtime, and usually this doesn't happen until the second or third, where it feels like so much of the playbook is just going out the window, and you're kind of drawing it up in the sand to figure out what you might actually do in the next. Let's see what we got. We got a swing from MBK in towards underpass, completely alone, and he's dead. Lost that engagement, so man advantage here for the Bad News Eagles as they look to tie up the scoreline. Python's focus completely taken here. As the window smokes comes in, he's gonna have to back away. Ooh, CSNopsyy's in the window. Lots of valuable position. Python will be watching for this, but in the meantime, they've wrapped their tendrils all around this A site. And Hadji and Maka...
Rigon's committed, look at him.
Could be in a tough spot. Is Python trying to go back there? He is! Rigon's got one, Rigon's got two! And Python is a dead man for free. So that's all on misutaaa. misutaaa is completely on the other side of the map. And misutaaa, I'm sorry, friend, don't see a way back into this round for you.
No, well, that might be the best T round from Bad News Eagles in this map. It's been going on for a while now, to put it lightly. But that was good. Clean entry, taking map control, playing off the back of each other. Of course, Rigon, great little solo play, but I think the way they were kind of wrapping their tentacles around that A-bomb site, there were just so many avenues for Bad News Eagles to trade each other, to find space, and ultimately convert it. 17 apiece. We did not think we would be here early on. I want to say it was 13-6-ish for Falcons. That sort of range, maybe 13-5. And all square as we hit round 35.
CSNopsyyy will be held in by the Molotov, at least for the moment, but look at how many players are here in towards mid. Right, this is all of the focus. They're playing no one on A. They've got no presence on this entire site other than Hadji. And apparently he's enough. At least for one. But now that he's dead, now that utility's coming in, now that MBK is catching nades, well, he might not have been enough this whole time.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's traded. It's okay. Someone's going to watch it again, though. GXX is here. He's dropped down. Is he now supposed to plant? I'm confused about who's planting.
CSNopsyyy was playing for the after plant before the bomb had been planted.
Oh, no. This has gotten wild and weird again. misutaaa, I think, got spotted there, but there's two players up on steps, and the bomb's so far forward. If it drops, this could be bad. Uh-oh. Kill coming in from CSNopsyyy. He's not got the second, though. It's going to come down to the clutch. but it's going to be CSNopsyy to find map point here. The Bad News Eagles got a chance to put this away.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Just when you think the madness is over, Bad News Eagles, with basically 0 nades, stuck in the open on the bomb site. Falcons knew they were there, and they still win the round. They still win the round. I can't. My heart can't take much more of this. Oh, maybe it can't, but my mind, the rest of my body, Mike, wants double overtime. This,
Yeah.
nothing this good can end. Well, it can, but I don't want it to end.
I think you're insane. I need off this crazy train. We'll see if Bad News Eagles can stamp my ticket. Give my pass. Give me the space. I don't know. We're going to find out. They are going to go all the way in on this one. They're actually going to take a secondary off as well. So CSNopsyy has some choices. He's ferrying a gun on over. Just to watch top mid, see if the aggression would come through with that AWP. Be able to go back into the rifle off of it. No exchange just yet. Feels like this might be the longest since we've had a kill in all of overtime. There's been some maddening starts.
Yeah, but Bad News Eagles have clearly made a call saying they're going to get aggressive. They are going to get aggressive, and CSNopsyy was on the angle for so long. Oh, no. Well, fortunately for CSNopsyy, neither AWP could connect there. He'll sort back onto the AK now. As Misutaaa is found. Man advantage. Players so spread out, though, for Bad News Eagles. They need to group.
They've got a player down. They've got a player down. A gap in the smoke, and Python's eliminated.
Oh,
now a double man advantage. They're not even coming to the site. This is just a fake. They're just selling a fake by killing everybody, Alan. They don't even want to finish here. And they don't even need it. They don't need the bomb plant. The Bad News Eagles have done it. They put this one away. My goodness, what a way to end the game. What a way to end the half. What a way to end the entire dang series. Bad News Eagles are moving on into playoffs. They may have completely destroyed our sanity with that matchup, but what they did do is secure the #1 seed out of this group.
What have we just experienced? What have...
Madness.
What is my body, my mind, every